They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the backside? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it, ready. We go pull. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Patriots' 44-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Switch.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
Running with Kamara. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Mike 50. You. Hey, check 24. Set it.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Tight end right. Alert. 3 down. Switch it. Come on, switch it. 25. Check 25. Hey.
Back to the ground. This time, Cook. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalvin Cook, 69 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. So following the run by Gordon, here's first and 10.
First down, Bills.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Right here. At the 30-yard line.
Check nine.
They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
Watch the screen. Pass. Switch. Check 24. Check 24. Hey,
They'll run. This is Kamara. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Nice hit.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Mike spot 4. Yeah, that's what I do. Kill. Man, 80. Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Oh, yeah. And here we go again.
A give to Kamara running right. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Check. 54. We got to get to the ball, team. Let's keep moving. Check. Lady. Man, 80.
Bravo. 61. Matchbox lights.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Check 4.
80. Pilot, 64, weak.
Check. Deuce.
Here's Gordon. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Side 54. Mike 54. Run your job. Check 31.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Mike 4. Let's go.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They're going to run. This is Gordon. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down and long.
Lady! You ain't going nowhere. Like 7?
Begin.
Hey, 50!
Check 6 guys.
Hey, easy!
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10.
Check. Watch 54. Rip left.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Tackle made there by Buda Baker.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Gordon. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And it's fielded at the 34. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Hey, 70! You got 3.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There was a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. No.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Slam. Hey.
On 3rd down, Cook. And this defense rallies, and they stop him short of the 1st down right near the 24. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Now Ryan Suckup will come on and try the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in.
There goes Melvin Gordon. Past the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 70 yards, and the Bills have retaken the lead. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
What is it? Easy!
Again, it's Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
White. Check 50. Check 50. Hey. Kim, you got it. 53. Ready. Hey, zoom. My game.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's Bird to return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Here we go.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And an alley to run. A big play there out of Kamara, and even 50 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Whip. Watch the whip.
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. Now it looks like we've got a Patriot down, slow to get up. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, 6, Q26.
Mike 8.
Robinson's got it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down.
Hey, easy. Hey, 70.
Hey, I'm coming.
Mike 8. Double right.
Oh, damn.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Throwing is Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line.
When we talk about the best corners in the league, we're usually saying shutdown corners, guys you can't complete passes against. Richard Sherman fits that definition to a T. The best part of his game, no wasted moves. He studies the opponent so well, hard to get a pass on Richard Sherman.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And with the snow here, maybe asking too much of the kicker to try a field goal, so instead, offense on the field, they'll go for it on 4th down. This is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Rush in, rush in, rush in. Check it back, check it back.
They run it again with Cook. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Check three, check three. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crowd.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike 8, Mike 8. Man, I got you, I got you, I got you, I got you. Hey. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Mike 8, Mike 8.
They snap it to Stafford. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Mike 54.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
Showing it, showing it.
Now Gordon on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Check 13. Check 13.
You got time.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Tighten up, tighten up. Kill. Check hot, bro. Hot.
Kamara. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. But it's brought in by Washington. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Washington, 35 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pick it up, G. 10. Out. 0. Kill. Hey, watch it. Hey, easy.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Hey. Sponge.
They will run again with Coleman. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 73 yards, and the Patriots get a score closer. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Succop, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Gordon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
56 is mine. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check. Lady.
On 2nd down, Kamara. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The Bills on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
22 jet bomber. Check 37. Check that.
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Switch. Hey.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. It's a give to the right, Ingram. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Back to throw, Stafford. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And the return will stop right around the 25. And who else to make the big play to seal this victory but Richard Sherman?
He does have an exquisite sense of timing, doesn't he? He loves the spotlight, loves the big stage. Really feels no pressure when there's a big play that needs to happen, and he just did another one right there. Remember when he knocked one away to seal an NFC Championship game against San Francisco?
Yep.
And that was really kind of the big arrival on stage for the rest of the world was that play in that game for Richard Sherman.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
The Bills on their way to victory now as they take the knee. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you could hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
March 56. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
They said beginning of the year, they set a lofty goal, Charles, of getting to the Super Bowl. They fell one step short of that.
Oh, and that's going to hurt for a long time. That's going to be a big one for the offseason. Their goal now has to be not to wallow in it, but to use it as fuel for next year. Better offseason conditioning, great OTAs and minicamp. You know as well as I do, they'll have T-shirts in their lockers that say, unfinished business. They want to get back there and next time win it.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.